Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to our Team All In business training tonight. I thought we would start maybe with going over this amazing profit for promoters when they have members on health solutions on their sales. Joan and Winston put this amazing chart together, and there were some questions that were kind of being sent. So I thought maybe we could have a discussion around this, because I think this is going to be a real game changer in keeping new promoters excited about, building a business and generating that income. And also, I have a new club member that signed up 3 people with a weight loss solution this month. And she's at 560 PV as a member. She's one of the girls I met on the plane going to the Dominican. So it's kind of cool. I have 2. That's my one of my signups. And I send her a message, and I need one more promoter for my 3 and 30. So when I told her that she'd make money by switching over to promoter, we're going to be chatting and talking, because she's not really interested in the business. But if she can get her weight loss solution free and make an extra, whatever, $50 or $60 in bonuses, plus look at the money she's going to make on the shape up solution, right? Her shape up solution. So maybe I'll have Joan do a quick review and explain just the income that we're seeing, the money that we're seeing on the screen. Is that okay with you, Joan?
Yeah. So if you're a promoter, right, and you have a retail customer buying a Vitality pack, you'll get $23.05. And if you have a member who's just without a neoship, you'll make $13.90. And then someone who's on neoship, you'll make $4.75. That's how the chart goes, right? The same. So the breakfast pack, if you have a retail customer, you make 25%, because your profit is 25% and they're buying retail. And then of course the member price 10%, so you get 15%, which is $39.40, and then the $13.95 is that extra 5% that you get, because they're getting 20% discount, and it goes, and so on and so forth, right? So look at the Shape Up pack, right? A retail customer get $106 on that as a profit, and if they're getting a 10% discount, yeah, you're getting 15%, which is $64.90. And then 5% will be $23.15. So the bottom here, what it shows you your promoter profit. On the retail customer, you're getting 25% discount. 25% profit, right? And then on the member who's getting 10%, then you get the extra 15%. And the one who's on neoship is getting 20%, so you get 5%. Is that clear?
It is. When you explained to me over the phone the other day, it definitely was more clear, but I thought having this available for training purposes for recording, I thought it'd be really helpful for people that are looking at it for the first time. Because I think for a new promoter, it could look confusing, but now, like I said, after seeing it a couple of times, it's really exciting and making sense. And I'm going to ask you, Joan, would it be hard to do this in the US and to have a US version for our US promoters? Maybe you and I can work on that together, because I know it's a little different for the US, but still the income. Like I said, I'm really excited because, for example, let's say if a new promoter is at 300 points, they're only getting a 3% bonus. But when they add these extra little income, like this extra income added to that bonus, it just ends up being, quite a bit larger, which is really exciting. And I think people are going to be really excited. And it's interesting because some people are afraid to say they want to make more money, or they're afraid to see that it's possible. And then when you look at this, it's like, wow, like I said, this really, really gets me excited. So any questions for any of the new promoters, or some of you that are on tonight? I want to welcome Michelle and Wen, and we got Eulalie and Justin, and we've got Heather. Is this clear for you guys, Leonie and Sean? Yes, Serena.
if you could just clarify, something is ringing in my mind from when Stephen did the initial explanation of this. Is it different when you, depending what level you're at? Like whether you're a manager, senior manager, director?
No, this profit, I think, Joan, is the money that anybody is going to make on that sale.
As long as you have 100 personal PV, it's being your own. You still have to follow that.
Say that again, Joan?
You have to have 100 personal PV.
Right.
Okay.
To get any bonus check anyway. So this is part of it too.
Okay. Yeah, it must be something else I was thinking about. So
you have to have 100 personal PV, or if you have 2 or 3 people on that placed an order, members, then those points pool up to you to get to your 100 personal points, right? As long as you have 30 of your own.
okay. So they're saying, I'm thinking of the fast start incentive, and
Yeah.
I think she must be right. I know there was something that must be what it was.
Yeah,
so thank you.
Different. Yeah.
Thanks for doing that, Joan. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's
I have
great.
a question too.
Yes.
It's Patience.
Hi.
My question is, if somebody does not get the 250, they've got their 100, they don't get to 250, but then they've made said like maybe if they made their 100 and 150 is their sales.
Yeah.
Or maybe 149, they don't get to the 250.
Yeah.
Do
They will still get the money. They will get the money. That's what's exciting. So I think that's where Joan was saying they still have to have their own 100 personal points, but they don't have to be receiving a bonus from NeoOne. They can still make that income. They have to be promoters, right? Promoters, title of a promoter, yes, which is really exciting.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for that. That's a good question, Patience. Anybody else? So this moving forward, anybody that's from the past, if they don't have a Neo ship starting in January or in January before the 25th, okay, then when they do decide in February to get back on the products, they're going to only get the 20% on Neo ship. They will never get the 25%, that wholesale price. Okay, so it's gone after the 25th. We're done. Okay, anybody new moving forward that signs up as a member, they fall into this category. Okay.
I have another question, Nada.
Sure.
So I know that sometimes you may not pay your membership for the next year. You still are able to buy at distributor price, or promoter price. Will it still remain that way? If you haven't paid your membership, you can still buy a promoter price.
Yes. But yes, they will always get wholesale. They just won't get a check.
You won't get a check, right?
Right. Yes. Good question.
That's the North America.
Yeah, just in North America.
For North America, yes.
North America has so many different things.
Yeah. Because I know in Africa there's a renewal. Australia there's a renewal. Yeah.
Even in the United Kingdom, you have to renew.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nada, to get the extra income that you're talking about here, an individual needs 30 points or 100 points?
Well, 30, if 100, if you can have 30 of your own personal, and as long as you have other members below you with an order, then those points pool up to you to add up to your 100.
Okay. But there needs to be there has to be 100 somehow.
That have totaled with your downline, with your customers, yes. And they don't have to be on your ship. I know Joan clarified that with me. If a member places an order, you have 3 members, let's say, that do 30 points each, that's 90 PV. If you have your 30, then you've done your 100 qualifying points to get a check that month.
So if someone does not have anyone under them, will they get a check if they have 100 points?
Yes. So if they do an order on their own, let's say they do 500 PV order,
Right,
right, and there's nobody under them,
right.
right? So yes, they will get a check.
And even if it's 120 or 140, they'll still get a check.
Yeah, but it would be impossible for them to get a check without them having more than, like, they have to hit, where are they getting the 250 PV points? Oh,
They'd
from their
have to have
orders.
a minimum 250.
Yes,
Yeah.
coming
No,
from
that's
other
enough.
people. Coming from other people, or is that their personal points you're talking?
What if it's just their personal points?
Yes, they will get a check as long as they're renewed their subscription. Yes.
Just the 100 points can get a check, or you all together you have to make the 250.
Well, 250 is when you make your first bonus of 3%, right? And then 500, 5%, 1,000. But you don't have to do 250 to make money on your club member sales. On this income here is money on the sale of the product.
Yeah.
So that they'll give that to you no matter what, whether you hit 250 PV or not.
So then you're saying that, so as long as you have 100 personal PV, whichever way, it's the 30 plus 70 plus whatever.
Yeah.
As long as you have 100, and if let's say you're below 250, right? Let's say you're 180 points, whatever, you still get the difference in these, whatever this chart shows. That's basically it.
Because this
So
is
the
nothing
exciting,
to do with,
yeah. So the
That's just
exciting part
money.
then is making money, extra money for people who are just starting out if they want to.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
And then on
And
top of that, if they get 3%,
Mhm.
then they'll get the 3% plus this whole thing, this.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, this is like the first experience I've had and really appreciating this is my new club member that I just signed up in the Dominican as a member. She said, I don't want to build a business. I just want, my husband wants to lose weight. Started on a Shape Up pack, right? And then this month signed up 3 people with a Shape Up pack. And it's showing 560 PV because they ordered a few other things. So they're at 560 points as a member, right? So that money, that $23.15 per pack is going to come to me, right? But when I told her that she could get that money plus the 5% on the 500, she's contemplating upgrading to a promoter. Why not? Even if you just want to build a big business to get your products for free and make an extra $100 a month, right? Why not? So I think it's really exciting, and it's showing you that you can make money a lot faster. Okay. Anybody else?
Heather's hand is up.
I'm just thinking, sorry, I'm just thinking, so, you know, Suzanne, she's got, she's on the Shape Up solution. And then she ordered extra shakes for her husband. I forget what the total is. Maybe it's like 200. I don't know what the total is, just over 200 PV. So therefore, she's a club member.
Mhm.
So you mean to say then that extra money that she ordered comes to me, or it goes to her? It should go to her,
No,
right?
if she's not a promoter, that money, when did she join the what month, Leonie?
Oh, she joined in November.
No,
Okay.
she's locked into the wholesale price. So any new
Okay.
member moving forward, you will make that money on that kit.
Okay, I see. But let's say that scenario in
Mhm.
January, that scenario, then if someone new does that, then that extra money will come to me or to her?
Yeah. To you, because then they're not promoters.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Leonie. Like,
Okay, so unless she
You're gonna
becomes a
start
promoter,
making
then
more
it goes to
money.
her.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna
okay.
start making more money.
Mhm.
Awesome. Heather, you have your hand up. Is that a question? You have to unmute though.
Right, there we go. Yeah, I just wanted to give another example of where this is. I'm so thankful, Joan, for you and Winston sharing this, because I have someone who is really keen to be a promoter, but says, I just can't do it in January, you know, layoffs, money's tight, blah, blah, blah. But if I can show them this, then they're $98. If they get somebody started, like if they get 4 people started on the Shape Up solution, even if they're on a NeoShip, that's their registration fee right there.
Yeah.
And then with the 3 people, their product will be free the next month. So they only have the 1 month to pay for their product, get 3 people, they've already got their registration fee back, and they're on their way to making money. So this is really great to be able to share it that way.
Mm-hmm.
A great visual, you know, and you can look at it and see.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
All right. So I just wanted to share that. I really appreciate, Joan, you putting this together, because it's a great tool to have and a great visual, and really,
Yeah.
really appreciate it. Awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Joan. Yeah.
What prompted me was when I was signing up that member under the promoter, and I was thinking, how much is she going to get? And I said, why don't I just continue, right? So
Yeah,
great visual. I love seeing visuals, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just trying to find my other document. Give me 1 second. I had it open earlier and things are moving around on me. Where did it go? Hang on a second here.
what you can do now is calculate. You said Justin sponsored 3 people or 2?
Justin sponsored 2 so far.
2. I'm trying to work on the 3rd one, actually.
Yeah.
From the chart,
The go-getter. Do you
Yeah.
want me to show Justin the chart again?
see how much he's going to make. Just get him excited about how much he's making.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Right.
so Justin, right now,
Yeah.
you signed up. Where is it here? 2 breakfast solutions, correct?
Right.
Right. So $13.95 times 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
and that's just the profit made on the sale. That's not even, the points haven't even been, once you start to hit, when you hit 500 PV or 1,000
Yeah.
PV, they're going to
Yeah.
add this money to your bonus check.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Very, very exciting.
Right.
I lost hang on a second here. You guys keep talking while I look for this, because for some reason I can't find it. It disappeared on me when I'm opening and closing this presentation. I downloaded it. Oh, hang on. It's called the Getting Started Guide. Oh my goodness, sorry guys, it was open and now it's gone. Technology. It's a PDF. Here we go, PDF, there we go. Okay, awesome, I got it. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about how to introduce Neolife words, the proper wording, because someone said to me the other day, well, I don't know what to say. Like, what do I tell people? How do I, it was actually what was really cool. And I was talking with Frances after our event on Sunday or Saturday. She shared with me that, I think she mentioned who somebody overheard the conversation. Actually, Jennifer, do you want to share what Frances shared about selling? Do you remember her words? I know you were there talking with her about that. Are you? I think Jennifer's on. Jennifer, can you answer?
Something about she's using the word selling. I can't remember exactly what it was.
You're coming in double whammy.
2 devices on, I think.
Oh, you got 2 devices on. Okay, yeah. So she mentioned that she was afraid to talk to people, or when she did, she said, "Oh, I'm selling something that. Do you want to try something I'm selling?" That's how she was introducing her friends or her family to Neolife and to the products, and she felt like they weren't really open. And I told her, I said, people don't want to be told that you're trying to sell them something. So some of the ways that I'm going to share with you that are in the Getting Started Guide, we're going to go through some of these words, and then I'm going to share some different scenarios on how I share and how I introduce people to take a look. And then maybe I'm going to have some of you guys, because I've asked you the other night just to, on Sunday, those of you that were on, I asked you just to maybe share some of the different words and wording that you guys use to share and talk to people about Neolife, because I think for some of the new promoters that are new to the company, it's sometimes it can be overwhelming and kind of scary because you don't have the right words. Okay, so when you have a warm market, so the warm market are people that you know, people that trust you already. They kind of and I have to say that sometimes the warm markets are the easiest people. And it was interesting because I was talking with Tracy today, and she goes, and she's signing up people like crazy. She goes, I know, and she's got a lot of people on the weight loss solution now. She goes, yeah, but I can't get them on a meeting. I said, are you kidding me? I said, you're signing them up without getting them on a meeting. I said, that's the battle. I said, the meeting is to get people signed up, to get them on board, but you're getting them on board because they trust you. That's your warm market, right? You're sharing the benefits and they believe you, they trust you, and they just want to try the product. You've sent them the video, they watch the information, and that's all they need to get started, okay? Some people need to come on and see a meeting and hear a presentation. So it really just depends on the individual. So your warm markets, can you guys see this? I want to make sure, did I make this big enough for you guys? This is in the getting started guide. So some of the new promoters that are on, this was in your kit, and it's the 4-step inviting formula. And these are just some little tips on how to invite and how to follow up. Okay. So your warm market, again, people that you know, and then your cold market is, you know, people that you don't know that well, people that you need to start a conversation. You want to get to know them. You want to ask more questions. But it's really important for a cold market person that when you introduce yourself, ask questions about their family, their occupation, their recreation, and give a sincere compliment. That is one great way to introduce yourself or to connect. And that's what I did with Tracy. I just said flat out, I said, oh my gosh, I said, you have amazing abs. I said, your arms are so like incredible. I said, you must work out every day. And that was all I said to her. And then boom, the conversation is open, and she shared with me a little bit about her journey. So people love to share. They love a compliment. They love to hear a compliment. So, and it has to be a sincere compliment. Okay. Really, really important. So that's how you can, you know, make a relationship or connect with your cold market. And in your warm market, when you reach out and connect with people you already know, there's different conversation starters that we're going to go down as we go further down. So the cold market, ask questions with the goal of genuinely getting to know them. Health and financial needs will often come up naturally in the conversation. Okay. And then don't forget to go deeper. If there's time, ask questions. Tell me more. Or what did you mean by that? Find out more about their situation. If they share, they have headaches. Well, how often? How long has this been going on? Right? Not just, oh, have you tried salmon oil? Right? Talk more, ask more questions about that condition. Have you ever tried a natural solution? Is a great way to open up a conversation about products, okay? And then you invite them. If I knew a solution would help you, would you be willing to come on to one of our health talks where we can share this information with you on how there's something out there that where you can benefit greatly, okay? Or if I knew a solution that would help you, would you watch a video if I sent it to you, right? So if I knew a solution, would you? You're not asking them to buy. You're not asking them to sell, right? You're not asking them to try anything. If you knew a solution that would help you, would you? Okay. if you send them a sample, if you send them a video, invite them, like you need to, if there's an event, like for example, Thursday nights, invite them. If you, for example, for myself, 3-way calls. Serena uses me a lot for 3-way calling, video chats. Yuli always, hey Nada, can you jump on a Zoom very quickly for about half an hour with someone that's interested? You know, you need to get them to take a look at in some format, whether it be sending them a PDF, whether it be sending them a video, inviting them to a group chat. So just ask them, okay? But another thing is what's really important is to make sure that you follow up. The worst thing you can do is tell somebody you have something, send them information, and they never hear from you. If you're expecting them to get back to you after a couple of days, they might read the information, they might be really interested, but then life gets busy and they don't always reach back out to you, okay? So really important that you follow up with them in a few days, okay? And I always say, hey, did you get a chance to? Hey, did you get a chance to open up that document? Did you get a chance to read it, right? Did you get a chance to try that sample of the protein that I gave you, right? Did you get a chance to watch the video? Did you get a chance to register for that event? Right? If so, I'd love to hear what you liked best. Okay. Anything on those steps? Anybody, anything to add? Anything to clarify?
I think, Nada, one of the things too that's helpful is having stories,
Yes.
telling customers relevant ones, right? Or if you have that same situation, the feel, felt, found scenario as well too.
Yeah. And I always, the next step too, when it comes to stories and testimonials, I say, hey, do you have a Facebook account? Don't say, are you on Facebook? I think Shelly taught me that, because some people have a Facebook account, but they don't go on Facebook. So I ask them, do you have a Facebook account? Sometimes they say, yeah, I don't go on though. I don't really use it. That's okay. If you have an account, we have an amazing group. As long as we become friends on Facebook, I can invite you to a group where people share so many testimonials on headaches, on arthritis, on IBS, right? Whatever their condition is. And you can read some of these amazing stories on how we can help you. Would you be open to taking a look? I can tag you in some of the stories as well.
And if I could just build on that a little bit, Nada,
yes.
When I invite people to the healthy living community and I tag them, it's sometimes, I remember one lady who we started out because she had joint pain, and that was my story. And when I tagged her in various things and then followed up, she actually said, oh yeah, I saw those testimonies, that was great. But I also looked around and I'd really like to do something with the weight loss. So it does two things. It kind of broadens their knowledge or their awareness of what things are available through us. And yeah, and the other thing that it does is, instead of it just being one person, you chatting with the person, you now have hundreds of people sharing. So it gives a lot more credibility that the products work.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shelley. Anybody else?
Stephen says social validation, right?
Yeah. Social validation. Excellent term. Thank you. You have a good memory, Joni. I want to be like you when I grow up. Anybody else? Is this helping you guys? I think it's helping me too, so I hope so.
I think the other thing, Nada, when Ashley was talking and sharing some of her trainings, when talking about knowing people's stories, as Joan had said, she said, you know, get to know 3 different people's stories so that you can then say, oh, my friend Joan had da-da-da, or my friend Leonie had da-da-da, you know, kind of thing. So you can, it just comes off of your tongue because you know how powerful that story is that we want to share about. And also to get to know a couple of the doctors on the scientific advisory board so that you can say things like, oh, Dr. Liz Applegate on our scientific advisory board shared about this, and gives that credibility too. So she just said, no, 3 of each in your mind as you're going forward, and it just gives you a bit more confidence.
Yes. Excellent. Thank you. Okay. Let's go to the 3 steps to connect with warm market prospects. So this is a little bit diving deeper into the warm market. And then before you connect with your people that are on your hot list, let's say you have a list of names, people that you know, okay? And decide if you want to lead with the product or the business. So you'll know when with the person that's on your list, whether you would like to lead with the product or lead with the business, okay? And start the conversation via text, phone call, but no voicemails, okay? So what I always do is say, hey, do you have time to chat? I'd love to connect, right? So make sure you get them communicating with you, and just be genuine and straightforward. Don't beat around the bush, okay? Don't hide what you're inviting them to or going to ask them. Just say, yeah, sure, I'd love to talk at whatever time. What's it about? I'm getting involved with something, and I was thinking of you, and I just wanted to know if it would be a good fit for you, right? So something very simple. Okay, connecting with product. So these are some different examples and some story or scenarios, okay? But again, you'll tweak it to your personality, okay? How are you? Not sure if you saw, but I've started my own nutrition business. And I've had like the story that you want to share, some really awesome results, right? Share your benefits, share what's happened to you. I think you might like the products. If not, no big deal. But if you're open to taking a look, we're hosting an event, whether it be Discover More, whether it be our health talk, whether it be Thursday night on women's health. So would you be open to taking a look? I always say, would you be open to learning more? Would you be open to taking a look? Okay, most people are open to taking a look, or open to learn, or open to listen. Again, you're not asking them to buy, you're not asking them to try. You're just asking them if they're open to taking a look. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go down some of the other examples. Hey, it's been a while. So this is you're connecting with somebody that you haven't contacted in a while. I definitely want to catch up sometime, but that's actually not why I'm reaching out. I remember you as someone who was really into health, and I wanted to see if you'd be open to trying a product I'm marketing and give me some feedback on it. Right? You're just asking them to give it a try and give you some feedback. I've had some game-changing results, like lost 20 pounds, I had a lot of pain, arthritic pain, was able to manage that, whatever. And you'll know when you're talking to your person, if they have challenges in that area, would be happy to send you a sample. Or would you like a sample? Would you like to get together for coffee if they're local? Right? I'd love to give you a sample. Okay. And lately I've been asking people, hey, one thing that I always love to say is if it's somebody at the cash or at their job, whatever, I always ask them, say, do you like what you do? That's always a good opener. And sometimes they'll say yes, but they don't really mean it, especially if there's other people listening. I say, oh, that's great. I said, I'm so happy because there's so many people out there that just, they have a job and it's not what they want to do. because I'm looking for people that are open to looking for a little extra income, something part-time that doesn't interfere. So I'll even go that route if they say they're happy with what they're doing, because sometimes they're not always telling you the truth. I've done that a few times and they go, well, I'm not really that happy, right? So you just never know, right? So if you just keep sharing and keep that open, very, very powerful. I know, Leonie, you do that a lot.
You know what? It's funny you should say that, because the other day I was at the post office, and people at the post office, they make good money. And we were chatting, and she's a lovely lady. And I asked her how long she's been working there, like 20 odd years. And then I said, do you like what you do? She goes, yes, I do. I love meeting people. And then I go, oh, I said, okay. So I said, listen, I said, would you be interested in seeing, maybe you want to make extra money, that's, 500 to 1,000, just, part-time, very part-time, without interfering. And I thought, let's see what she says. She goes, yeah. So I took a phone number. So I'm asking that question very often, and you think, well, someone, as they said before, right? You may think they have so much money, they're doing this and that. You don't know what's going on in their lives, really.
Right.
Yeah. So she gave me a phone number and an email very easily. And the people waiting in the back. So I said, okay, we're going to do this quick, right? Yeah.
So, even if you get 3 or 4 people a week, and after that month, 1 come on board, you know what I mean? It definitely is a numbers game, right? Because some people might say yes, and then they never pan out. But it's how many people you get in the funnel, how many people you're talking to, how many people you're inviting, how many people you're connecting with. Okay.
Can I just add one thing too that happened recently?
Sure.
And it just shows the sincerity of the person. For example, the other day I invited a young lady, Samantha. She was on, and she listened and all that, and she was really interested. But then later on, she said, "Oh, I might be interested in I might take a look at Near Life." But she changed her mind, and I didn't say, "Okay, well, you're done." So I still invited her. I said, "Would you still be interested in learning more about the products and stuff?" Because that just shows that I wasn't after her just because to be a promoter of the business, but truly, if she wanted to learn about the products and in her science and whatever. She's a young person, right? And she said, yeah. So I think it's very important when someone does say no to the business or whatever, that you still, follow up with them and just show a genuine interest, because she does have health issues, being a young girl, right? So I think that's an important thing there.
Yeah, so that's leading with the business, but having to fall back on the product, right? Because sometimes even her trying the product might eventually open up that, hey, you know what? Remember when you asked me about, the business? Now that I'm using the product, I think I'd like to know more, right? So it's building that trust, it's building that relationship, especially when you're talking to a cold contact, right? That's somebody that you're just starting to build a relationship and starting to build trust with.
Yeah, no, she's at my work, but she decided that she didn't have enough money. So even though she didn't have enough money, I still invited her. I said, hey, just come on the calls and learn more about it. So I that's the part too. No money, no, this doesn't matter. So it's the sincerity of her wanting to learn more, me wanting her to be better, right? To help her health issue. So that'll come, it'll come. Maybe it does, it does. And I'm going to put all my eggs in one basket.
For sure. And as you're signing up your club members, guys, I have like a group email list of my members, and I ask them, hey, are you okay to receive weekly emails with invites to the different events that we're doing? So just remember, it's really important to drip on your members, on your customers on a regular basis, so they see that you're still doing it. Okay, because if they start using the product and never hear from you again, and they don't know what you're doing, or sometimes if they stop, it's because they forget and they don't realize that you're still actively doing the business. So it's really important that you keep that communication and invite them, because you never know what event they might come to and listen to again, or they might send somebody else to that event. Okay, so I asked them, hey, would you be okay to receive weekly invites to different events? I'm not saying you have to come on, but there might be something that one day that just kind of resonates with you and you might want to jump on and learn more about. Okay. Okay, anybody else? So just remember, are you open to? Okay, so in the Getting Started guide, some of the new promoters, all of these examples are in your book. Read through these little scenarios, little stories, you know, different ways of talking, different ways of inviting to watch a video if they say yes. Okay, so make sure you read through this and get comfortable with a few sentences, and so that you get more comfortable in following up. Okay, but the biggest event, I have to say, our biggest event right now is coming up in a couple of weeks, January the 28th. Invite. I've been doing voice invites, voice text messaging, and I think I did about 20 today, and I've had 4 people that actually responded and registered for the event. So just invite customers, friends, promoters, people from the past. For those of you that have been around for a while, just say, listen, it's a free virtual event. It's only 2.5 hours, and you are going to hear some powerful information from 4 doctors and 4 scientists that I really believe will be valuable information for you, your family, or people that you might know in your life. Okay, so I would really, 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 because I've gone to these events where I kick myself for not inviting more people, and I'm not going to do that this year. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know, don't kick yourself after the event and say, oh, I wish I would have told more people. I wish I would have invited so and so. Okay. Okay, any questions? I'm just look at the chat for now. Oh yeah, Jennifer's having trouble with her country Wi-Fi. Anybody else? Any feedback? Any questions, Joan?
Just a comment. It makes it easier, if possible. Sometimes it's not possible to find out a need first, even with a warm market, right? Because sometimes you start telling them and they say, oh, I'm fine. So if you can find a need, whether they're tired or if it's a product need, I find that's easier to go into that question as well too when there's a need.
Excellent. Find out their need. Thank you.
I guess that ties in with asking, whom do you know that suffers with joint pain or whatever? Because usually when you ask that, you almost see them sort of thinking, never thought of that, whom do I really know? So that they might even say, oh, I do, but I also know someone else. So right there, they're referring 2 people to you right away.
Right. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I don't know. I hope this was helpful for you guys, especially for Justin and Sean, who's coming back to the business. I want you to welcome Sean. She was an old-time director from, I don't know how many years ago, Sean. She came to convention in, Florida, one of them. Was it Disney?
It was Orlando, I think, right, Mike?
Was it Orlando?
Yeah, my video's not working because I have country internet as well. It's like it's freezing every time. But yeah, Mike and I got lost on the bus system in Florida and almost missed a meeting. And so, yeah, so.
But yeah, so she's coming back to the business, and really excited. She's actually a promoter under my sister, Dana, out in Essex. So excited that Sean's gonna be. How old are you gonna be, Shawnee?
50.
50, and her husband's gonna be retiring, and she's like, you can't retire. So she's gonna build up her new life business so she can retire early like you, Joan.
Yay.
Yeah.
Now
So
that guide, is that guide in the background in the back office or somewhere
Yes.
like in the resources?
Yeah,
Okay.
under resources, yes.
'Cause
Yeah.
Way
And
back when, we didn't have that.
No, we didn't have any of this. And it's in the, when you log in to the resources, you got to click on media. Oh, hang on, because I had a hard time finding it today. It's not under the regular resources. When you click on it, oh my goodness, I just drew a blank.
Yeah.
Trying to think now. Hang on, let me just quickly do this before I forget, because it took me a second to get it. So you log in and then you click on resources. And then when you click on, Team Neo Life Training.
Okay.
Team Neo Life Training, and you'll see the PDF there for the Getting Started guide.
Right.
Thank you.
So
Okay.
Nada,
It's also under the resource library.
I tried looking for it there. I didn't see it.
You didn't see that? Oh,
No,
that's why I
resource
found it.
library.
I found it there.
Yeah, I
Business
picked up
tools or
resource
something.
library. I could find it under resource library.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so before we sign off, Justin, you had a question?
yes, no, I was just gonna add something. I was just gonna say that you asked a question. You wanted to know if this was helpful, and indeed it was helpful. For me, I just feel that sometimes in life, when you really truly believe in something, right, and you share with the good mind, the positive mindset that you're doing good, it's not always about the money. It's about naturally spreading something good to others, right? So
Yes.
this is what I have used with my friends. I identify the need and I tell them I am using this product. I use it and I think that this is something that would help you as well. You can also spread the word, and at the end of the day, by spreading, goodness come to you, right? And so
Yes.
they tend to like that. So sometimes it's
Yes.
not about convincing, it's just about having a normal, intimate conversation about the product and how sharing the stories that I have heard from you and others, right? Tell them. And then, because whether we like it or not, everybody has a need. Health is wealth. And so if you tell them that this is what is, we eat a lot of junk food, the food we go to, everything is over commercialized. And therefore, companies are there churning as many garbage to us as possible. But this is a company that is small and they produce the best. You can't get even samples because the good things are not easy to come by. You have to spend much to get. So that is why you can't get samples. But the testimony and all that I see obviously point to the fact that this is a product they should all undertake. And that is how I got the two. And I just need to keep spreading the word more, and I'm sure I'll get as many people as possible.
Yes. You know what? And talking from the heart and sharing good news.
Right.
People want to be a part of something positive and something good.
That's
and when
right.
they see how positive and how good this company is, they want to be a part of it. Okay.
Exactly.
And again, the 28th will give you the bigger picture on the solid science and the integrity that this company has to offer. So get your guests on, share this event. I promise you it'll be a great event. We've heard these scientists over the years, and we still get inspired. Even after 33 years, I get so inspired by listening to the doctors and the scientists that are involved. Okay.
That's right. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you. I know some of you have guests coming on at 8 o'clock with us or 9 o'clock with Ashley. So again, thank you again, and we'll see some of you on the other side.
All right.
Bye. Good night.
Thanks,
Good
Nada.
night. Thank you. Thanks for all your input.
Thanks,
Really
guys.
appreciate
Thanks,
you
Joan.
all.